My dear friends and ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to day number 36. So far, we have learned the nuances of the tenses, that is, the present tense, the past tense, and the future tense. We have also learned the forms of each tense, that is, the simple, the continuous, the perfect, and the perfect continuous. We further learn the use of each form of the sentence tense in the positive form, the negative form, and the interrogative form, and also to answer the questions in the positive way and the negative way. We understood that a single verb could be made into 200 sentences, and I asked you to build up verbs and to make them into sentences and store them in the English domain already created in our brain. Today, let's move on to a new chapter. It looks so simple, but many of us make most of the mistakes in the usage of these parts of speech of English. Those words are on, in, of, at, to, from, by, etc. We do not know what word to use when. This is a very, very important chapter to learn to make sentences without mistakes. A small change in the use of the preposition will change the entire meaning. I'll show you. There are several such words. These are called as prepositions. For example, I go to Chennai, நான் சென்னைக்கு போகிறேன். I go from Chennai, நான் சென்னையிலிருந்து போகிறேன். The meaning completely changes. Instead of to, you substituted from, the meaning completely changed. So many things are there. If you omit a preposition, the entire meaning will change. So much important is this chapter. Please mind to learn this chapter carefully because it is very, very important. Prepositions. What is a preposition? Prepositions. What is a preposition? Preposition, the word says pre plus position. Preposition. For example, pre means before. Pre-KG. Before LKG, UKG, pre-KG. Prenatal care. Before delivery care. Delivery of a lady, child. The care given prenatal care. Pre-university. Before going to the university, we used to study in pre-university. So pre means before, position means stands, a position. It stands before. So preposition is an inequitol. It's a combining word. It's a combining words. Okay? So inequitol. Preposition is a word or group of words. It can be one word or it can be a group of words or a phrase that is placed before a noun or a pronoun to indicate the direction, method, place, source, etc. So preposition is placed before a noun or a pronoun to indicate the direction, method, place, and source, etc. In other words, the noun or pronoun is shown to have a kind of relation with regard to something else with the help of a preposition. So, preposition makes to build relationships. Preposition makes to build relationships with one noun to the other noun or one verb to the other, something like that. So, let us learn the importance of prepositions. Prepositions. A preposition may join one noun to another noun. A preposition may join one noun to another noun. For example, Sheila was in the kitchen. Sheila was in the kitchen. In. If you put instead of in, you change something, the meaning will change. If you omit in, for example, Sheila was in the kitchen. Now you omit in, Sheila was the kitchen. So she becomes the kitchen. If the in is not there, Sheila becomes the kitchen. So it is very important. Sheila was in the kitchen. Sheila was the kitchen means Sheila kitchen ஆக இருந்தாள். Now Sheila was in the kitchen. In is very, very important. It may join a noun to a verb. A noun and a verb can be joined together with the preposition. For example, Ramu slipped. Slipped means, yeah, slipped off. Off. Off is the preposition. Here, off is the preposition. Slipped off the stairs. Slipped off the stairs. If you remove slipped off, Ramu slipped the stairs. So he slipped the stairs. The meaning completely changes. Ramu slipped to the stairs, it will give a different meaning. So Ramu, the right people, you should know how to use the right preposition. Next, it may join a noun to an adjective also. So the a noun to a noun to a verb, a noun to an adjective. For example, we are proud of our country. Proud of. We are proud of our country. Proud of. We are proud of. Say proud of. We are proud of our country. Important. Proud of our country. If you remove the verb preposition, the meaning completely changes. So it's very important. Now, some of the prepositions are at, in, on, off, through, below, with, etc. So please understand there are umpteen number of prepositions. Here I give only a small list. Some examples are: the book is on the table. The book is on the table. On. The book is on the table. I didn't talk to him. I didn't talk to him. To is a preposition. I didn't talk to him. I gave money to Ritu and to her brother. I gave money to Ritu and to her brother. If you remove these two and try to read the sentence, I gave money Ritu. Money Ritu is not there. Money to Ritu. See the very small word, how important it is. And her brother. Money Ritu and her brother, wrong. Money to Ritu and to her brother. Okay, so very, very important are the prepositions. Distribute the mangoes among. Among is another preposition. Among. Among. So now understand how important the small words, the prepositions are. In, of, proud of, on the table, talk to him, to read to, among the people. So many words are there. Let us learn some more prepositions. Prepositions. A clause. A clause means group of words which gives meaning but not a sentence. It's a clause. A clause can also be the object of the preposition. A clause can also be the object of a preposition. Clause is a group of words that gives meaning. A sentence is a group of words that gives complete sense. This is the difference between a clause and a sentence. I was pleased with what she did for me. What she did for me. This is a clause. What she did for me is a clause. With this a preposition. With this a preposition. So I was pleased with. I'm happy with. I was pleased with. I'm comfortable with what she did for me. Understand the meaning? What she did for. I was pleased for what she did for me. Next. Pay attention to is the preposition. Pay attention to is the preposition. What your parents say is the phrase. Pay attention to what your parents say. What your parents say is a clause. What your parents say is a clause. Adverbs of time and place can also be the object of preposition. Adverbs of time and place can also be object after the preposition and there. Here, a clause can be an object of a preposition. Here, adverb of time, point of time, and point of place can be an object of prepositions. For example, I don't like to go. To go. To go is the preposition. To go. To go. Place. From here, now here is the place and now time. To go from here now. I don't like to go from here now. She had returned by then. By then, the time. Adverb of time. She had returned by then. Adverb of time. Adverb of time and place. He will go to Chennai. Chennai is adverb of place. Tomorrow is the adverb of time. To is the preposition. To is the preposition. Chennai, adverb of place. Tomorrow, adverb of time. So, adverbs of time and place can also be the object of prepositions. Three, when verbs are placed after preposition other than to, some verbs, especially verbs are placed after preposition other than to, they should be in the gerund form except when they are used in infinitive form. So, for example, instead of yes, see the example. Now you can see the example. I will come back to the explanation after that. Of winning. Of winning, I am confident of winning her love, or I am confident to win her love. To win two plus verb, or other than two preposition, then the verb should be gerund. Winning. I am confident of winning her love. Or I am confident to win her love. So to win is to win or of winning. To win or of winning. Please note, these are the points. Here, a lot of people make mistakes. Lot of people. She does not believe in wasting time. Understand? Here, in wasting time or to waste time. In wasting time or to waste time. If it is to waste, if other than to in. So verbs are placed after. One more example. Let's see. She insisted on going. On going. To waste. Ongoing. Or to go. Or to go. So, of winning, investing, ongoing. But when it is to win, to waste, to go. So, when verbs are placed after preposition other than to, preposition is other than to preposition, you should be careful to use the gerund form, that's ing form, not the verb form. I hope you understood this. When to use ing form, when to use verb. So if the preposition is to, use the verb. If the preposition is other than to, for example, of or in or for or on, anything, use ing form. We'll learn more examples in the further exercises. Let's do an exercise that you can understand more about the prepositions. See, I'm giving the questions first. His professional ability proves that he is cut dash for this job. His professional ability proves that he is cut dash for this job. Number 2, the history of Hindu religion dash ancient times. The history of Hindu religion dash ancient times. Now, the government servants have the day dash every Sunday. The government servants have the day dash every Sunday. Nothing can deter him dash pursuing his aim of life. Nothing can deter him, stop him, dash pursuing his aim of life. After the death of his father, the responsibility has devolved dash him. After the death of his father, the responsibility has devolved dash him. In accordance with the advice of a doctor, she is dash diets. She is dash diets. Normally, he stays dash until 11 p.m. these days. Normally, he stays dash until 11 p.m. these days. Number 8, no one believes him because he is false dash heart. No one believes him because he is false dash heart. The officials have the habit of fanning dash ministers. The officials have the habit of fanning ministers. I have given you 9 questions. I have given you 9 questions. Do it yourself. It's a homework. If you can make out the 9, you get us a prize of 500 rupees. Please put it in the chat box, the answer. If you can, this is except the Holy Cross College students because they are already learned. Holy Cross College students are not eligible to contest in this contest. So this is a contest. I have given you 9 questions. If you can make all the 9 correct answers, you are sure of getting worth rupees 500. Materials worth rupees 500. It will come to your house. Put it in the chat box. Okay. With this, I hope I can close this lesson today. We'll meet you again. Since I have to close it within 15 minutes, I'm closing the lesson for today. I will continue with the answers and further rules of placing prepositions. There are a lot of rules what preposition to place where. This is very, very important chapter. Not only you and me, most of the people, even the native speakers, make a lot of mistakes. But I don't find mistakes in the native speakers. But for people like us, we make a lot of mistakes. I'm able to find a lot of mistakes in this preposition only. So please be careful. Do it yourself. If you can score 9 out of 9, you are sure of getting a gift worth rupees 500 rupees. Put it in the chat box. Thank you, and until then, see you tomorrow. Until then, please note to click the like icon if you like it, and put the answers in the chat box, and subscribe the channel. And you share it to your friends or those who need the language, those who want to have a proficiency in the language, those who want to speak English without grammar mistakes. Please share this to them. So thank you and see you again. And some people come to me, sir, I want to learn English, but I don't want to learn grammar, but I want to speak English. Without grammar, either English or Tamil or Malayalam or any language, you cannot communicate. So learn the grammar well. If you are good in grammar, I am with the rules. I am talking or I am teaching you with the rules. In the school, they never teach you the rules, but I teach you with the rules. Please follow the rules, and you can be successful. You can be a good communicator. No doubt about it. Thank you very much.